All right, guys. So what I am going to try, you guys had asked for this, so of course I'll do it for you. I mixed Amsterdam and water, Floetrol from Australia, Floetrol with a couple drops of the pre-stain from Minwax, which is a wood conditioner, and then regular Floetrol. So a couple differences that I'll say. The Flood from Australia is just a little bit thinner than the American one. So this I mix 1-to-1. This I mix 1 to probably 1.25, 1.5. When I took that same mixture and just added a couple drops, I think 3 little drops of the wood pre-stain. And then this one I normally measure in volume, but I did it in grams so that you guys could have a measurement. And it was, I believe I did 18 grams of paint. And then I mixed it with the water until it got up to I think 25 or 26 grams total. So it is thicker than usual. I'll show you the consistency. And it's been sitting there for a while. So you see that's pretty thick. It's leaving like a little, let me see if I can get you on this side. It's leaving like a little mound there. Much thicker than I do for my Dutch pour base. So let me get the rest of them set up and we'll get going. So I'm going to start, this is just regular paint, and I'm going to do just a ring pour here. This is my pouring medium, my base. Way too much paint, but I wanted to make sure that I had enough. And then this is the regular Floetrol, and I'm just going to take my stick, pour it into the middle. And then let me get behind you and I'll blow. Maybe I can blow from the side. So as you can see, some tiny little cells popped up in there, and I will stretch this out so you guys can see. You always need to give it just a second. My head will be in the way each time I blow, so sorry about that. But so as I stretch this out, you can see some of the little cells stayed. But for the most part, it's just not, it's not the effect. It's not that Shelley bloom effect. Okay, so you guys were asking. So that is regular Floetrol. And you guys can let me know at the end which one you like the best. So now I'm going to move to the Floetrol with wood conditioner. So I'm just going to pour. Again, it is too much paint that's in here. 4.5 by 4.5 or 4.25 inch tile. You really only need about an ounce of paint, but I wanted to make sure that I had enough to stretch it, especially when it's thick. Where did all my colors go? I've just got some blue on here, it looks like. Okay, so same technique. I'm just going to put it straight in the center. Okay, and now I'm going to blow. Come around on this side to blow this one. No, I won't. Come around on this side. Did I get my hair in there? So for this one, you can see it definitely created more of those. And then as I stretch this out, they do kind of hold their shape. Let's see if you guys can see that. Tilt towards you. But I'll show you what I don't super care for with this one. See, with thick paint, you really do have to use enough to get to the edges. Okay, so this one definitely looks more like the Shelly technique with the lacing that you get right here. But again, it's super kind of opaque in the center. And I don't like this, when I take you in, I'll show you, it kind of bleeds a lot into the other colors. But this is definitely, if you're in the US, that is an option to add this Minwax Pre-Stain Wood Conditioner. Just a couple drops will do you. All right, so let's move on to the Australian Floetrol. Now I'm gonna do this one. Same thing, I'm gonna add, oop, just kidding. Same thing, I'm gonna add just a little bit to the center. Same consistency, tried to on these. Oops, sorry, I was in your way the whole time. And then I'm gonna blow on this. Okay, so blowing on this one, all my rainbow colors are underneath. When I blew down on this one over here, it still didn't create any of those beautiful tiny rainbow cells that this one does. So this is the Australian Floetrol. So now I'm gonna give it a second. I can still see that it's kind of indented in the center here. And if you wanted, if I was doing this for an actual piece, I could blow these parts more and get more cells to pop up. But, and this is just with my pouring medium as well. So again, see how the center has stayed where it is because I had to blow so hard down into it. If this was a bigger tile, I could stretch this out a little bit more as well. I'm not going for composition here, so. One more little, and I may have even had it a little bit too thin because my colors are bleeding into it a little bit. But if you can see in here, those spider web lacings, here, let me see if I can close you up. See all that spider web lacing that's in here? And then in there? And in that center. Now again, if I had blown better, this would have been a different, but I'm just showing you guys for, whoops. All right, so that is Australian Floetrol. So let me do just Amsterdam and water now. This is the one that I'm most excited about because if this works, then I don't need to buy any of the Floetrols. Floetrol. I'm trying to say it right, guys. I've been practicing, but I never get it. So you guys let me know if you found this helpful, if there's any other comparisons you would like me to do. You know, my channel is about my art, but it's also about helping you guys learn and figure things out. So just let me know. I'm gonna put this on here. It also matters, the other thing that I didn't pay too much attention to that also could have mattered is how much white I put in the center. So that will be my one kind of, you know, as I'm doing my trial, that was the one thing I should have done differently. But, okay, let me blow this one out. My head's gonna be in the way. Now, look at that. I think the Amsterdam paint is the magic. Now, I don't know if these are going to hold up as well when I tilt them, but the paint is thick. That was always my concern, is that I know that this reaction happens when I do Dutch pours with Amsterdam and water, but that is very thin. So I didn't know if it would do this effect with just a thicker base, but it obviously does, and I am in love. I think this might be my favorite one, actually. So here, let me take you in on all the little spider webs before I tilt so that you can see them. And this right here, I'm on camera trying to show you this. This right here is the type of cells that I get in the Dutch pour, with like that little ring around the outside of them. Yeah. All right, so let me get you back. Right. Okay, so now I'm going to stretch this one out and see if this holds. So again, I've got a little spot that touched the canvas there that is not going to move the same. So for my, come on, get on down there. And I had another little spot right there. So for composition, this is not going to be, you know, these are not great, but I just wanted to show you the reaction. And I maybe could have even gone just a little bit thicker on these paints, but the reaction would be pretty much the same. I just wanted to show you the and I'm sure if I used the actual Shelly pouring medium, maybe my results would even be better, but I was just trying to find a way that people could try this without having to get all those ingredients. So I'm going to take you down and show you each of the pieces and the types of cells that they create, and you guys can let me know which one you like. All right, so here is regular Floetrol. Got maybe just the tiniest bit of cells right there, but a pretty piece. I love this corner right there, but just not really the bloom effect. That is with adding the wood conditioner if you are using US Floetrol. Super cool cells. And again, this could have just been, I was trying to blow on camera, so this could have been a blowing error, but you see the cells stretch out and get kind of big. These two are more like the actual technique where you get all that veining and lacing and colors underneath. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. And again, if you would have blown more, you would have gotten all this white out of there. And then this is Amsterdam and water. And this is probably my favorite. It's definitely my favorite out of the four. Again, could have blown some more there. So this was not for composition. This was for testing it out and seeing if it works. So if you guys found this helpful, please give the video a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. I do video tutorials weekly. That one's really growing on me. I actually like it a lot. And I'm in love with that one. All right, thank you guys for watching. Happy painting.